So, looks like you've been disqualified from the web tour and you're not quite sure why. Well, stay tuned for this edition of GSPro V2 Tips and you'll find out. Hey, do me a favor quickly and subscribe, like this video below. And if you like this content and you want to give me a little support, think about buying me a cup of coffee. Link is down below. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. There's been a lot of chatter, especially today, with people talking about getting disqualified from the web tour. Now, that is going to happen when two of three conditions are met. First of all, it's just not your ball speed. Just because you hit it over 145 yards, which is the technical rule, 2 times in a web tour round, and your scorecard is a -2 or better for your final score, that will disqualify you. So, people have said, well, I'm just a terrible golfer. I don't score very well. I hit the ball a long way, but I don't score very well. Well, if you don't score very well, then you're probably not going to be a -2 on your scorecard for the round. If you can't hit the ball very far, maybe you hit it a 200-yard drive, but your wedge play, your iron play, your approach shot is out of this world, you can still lose and be disqualified at a -3 score while somebody is scoring a -11 on their scorecard and is not disqualified. The reason for that is they're only hitting the ball 200, 225, 230, 240. But they can just approach, they can get up and down, they can putt, they can play. They just can't play long golf shots. So that is where the mark has been put. Now, let me say this. People who say they're not good at scoring, but hit the ball really far, like myself, for instance, I can hit 150 ball speed, but I cannot score a -2. There's been a couple occasions where I have. I think I've been DQ'd one time myself. But typically, that's not the case. I'm a +8. I'm an 8 handy, not a plus, but I'm an 8 handicap for my combo 4. I scored last week a plus, I think I scored a +30 for both rounds on the SGT tour. The other way to get disqualified is to hit 5 shots in any other tour over 145. So if I play on the Pro Tour and I play 2 rounds, and I play on the SGT Tour and play 2 rounds, and of all those rounds collectively, I hit 5 shots over 145, I am also going to be disqualified from web. Why is that? The reason is pretty easy. It's because we don't want players from other tours that we know are long ball hitters clubbing down and coming into the web tour using a 7-wood off the tee, because at that point we know they can also hit an 8-iron 180 yards. The tour is designed for shorter hitters, regardless of their skill. So we have a combination of 2 drives over 145 and -2 on the scorecard. And if you hit 5 or more drives of 145-mile-an-hour speed off the tee in any other tour. Because let's face it, even if you use a 2-iron or a 3-iron off the tee and only generate 144 miles an hour, your second shot can still be a 3-wood on a par 5 and still get another 250. So these par 5s of less than 500 yards are still reachable in 2 by the long ball hitter. It's really all about keeping competitive fairness throughout the tours. Long ball hitters can hit longer irons. Just because you're not good at golf does not mean that you're going to be disqualified. If you're not good, like I'm not good, I can hit over 145 mile an hour. I can hit 150. I think my best ever is 156. But I can't score, so I never get below -2 on my scorecard. I'm a +2, +3, plus. Heck, last week on the SGT tour, I was a +30 for both rounds. I think I was +12 and +8 for a combined +30. I wouldn't even look where I was on the leaderboard. The point being is, if you're not a good golfer and you hit it longer than 145 ball speed, then you're still going to be allowed on the web tour. It's only when the combination of your score and distance puts you in a certain category that SGT is determined to move you up to the SGT tour. That's it. Try to get better. That's all you can do. And we're also never going to make everybody happy. Someone's always not going to like it. But these are the rules. This is what everybody has to abide by. And I doubt very seriously that another tour is going to be added between Web and SGT. And in my own opinion, there really isn't the need for it. Let's talk about the SGT tour, or the middle tier tour, so to speak. This tour is going to be 6,500 yards, thereabouts, as far as the tee setup. Anybody can play here. It is the next level competitive golf after the web. You will no longer be able to play on this tour if your handicap reaches a -7 or better. At that point, you will be relegated and forced to play at the Pro Tour only. This tour has gross and net scoreboards and leaderboards. It is eligible for the World Golf Ranking points, just like the Web Tour is. Again, it is restricted to a 7 handicap. So once you get to a -8 handicap, you're going to be moved to the Pro Tour and removed from the SGT Tour. Next up is the Pro Tour. An open competition for all players. There are no restrictions. The tees are going to be 6,600 or longer, gross and net leaderboards. That means there'll be a gross and a net winner every week. Eligible for the world ranking points. And have a good time. Enjoy. Pro Tour. That's where the really good golfers hang out. Anybody can play there. I play there sometimes just to play the golf course before I compete on SGT, just to learn the golf course from a longer perspective. But anybody can compete. Last but not least is the Tips Tour. The Tips Tour is made for the almighty golfers who are sadistic, in my opinion, who play 13 stimps on hard greens, soft fairways from 800 miles away, 700-yard par fives. To me, it's completely insane. You are not going to gain any world ranking points on this particular tour. It is gross only, no net, no handicap. It is truly for the elite of the elite to compete. Now, there are a couple of the other side tours. The Auto Putt Tour is just like the SGT Tour, but plays without any putting. The putting is already predetermined by hitting the green. So you simply get on the green. If you're inside of 10 feet, it's going to be counted as a 1 putt. 40 feet, inside of 40 feet is 2 putts. Anything outside of 40 feet is going to be a 3 putt. So here's some strategy is warranted. If you have a little, maybe 100-yard shot or a humongous green or a par 3 that's monstrous, you might want to miss the green on purpose if you know that you can't get it inside of that 1 putt circle. And so simply chipping it close and then chipping it to the 1 putt circle might be advantageous, but who knows? Again, no world ranking points. It's gross and net leaderboards. And that also brings me to the par 3. This tour is more of a fun tour. There are no restrictions. Everything is played from the par 3. Tee boxes, of course, gross and net are there for your likings. And again, there will be no world ranking points scored for that. Scramble Tour, quickly, is a team event. 2-man, and it is also played from 6,500 to 7,000 yards, gross and net leaderboards, and again, no world ranking points. We also have some money games, Blitz and Dogfight, playing for cash. And they have sections on Discord on how to join, their rules, their requirements to play, just like Sim Golf Tour is a new fun tour that you can play on. Again, there's a Discord channel dedicated just to this particular tour, as well as the two money tours, Dogfight and the Blitz. Some great competition going on there. There's a lot of hard work behind the scenes on both the Blitz and the Dogfight tours. And please go over to Discord, check them out. They're run all the time. Dogfight's in a season-long series. The Blitz is a one-night event, Friday night, Saturday nights, Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, whenever they throw them up there. But anyways, take a moment and check them out. I hope this little section on tours and their rules, especially why you've been disqualified, have been helpful. If you would like to support me, please do so in the links down below. As always, please subscribe. And until next time, get them straight.